I believe they'll have a blast. It's got a lot of funny characters because each one of the actors has to portray somebody different, somebody that you may have heard of but you may not know, but you will recognize the parody.
But I've always been telling people it's kind of like Weird Al does Broadway. It's basically just taking classic Broadway shows that most people have heard of and just completely turning them on their heads.
Oh yeah, it's very, very funny. It's humorous and just the broad characterizations are funny. So even if you don't know the show or the character even that we're portraying, you'll get the jokes.
It's a Broadway review unlike anything I've ever witnessed, for sure.
Or performed in. I haven't performed any review like this.
Yeah.
It's a great summer piece. Like people want to have fun in the summer and go out and be entertained. And keep in mind that Roxy's is not just a venue where you sit and watch a show. It's a great place to come and see a show and have a drink and order food and make a whole evening out of it.
Honestly, with this show, it's kind of just, it's like a brief trip through Broadway history, and we're just gonna show you bits and pieces and like kind of do a spoof of them.
Maybe you're not a typical theater goer or a music theater person, but most of these musicals have actually turned into movies. And so maybe you're not a theater goer, but almost all of these have been turned into films and have circulated into more like contemporary culture, and there's no way you wouldn't recognize the songs.
I think the comedy of the show is broad enough that you don't have to know every single specific song to get the jokes. I think the way that it's being presented here, it's going to appeal to everybody, no matter what your depth of knowledge of Broadway is.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think people would be surprised at how much they do know. I mean, I think that when I had the theater and I was looking at shows, I was nervous about doing Forbidden Broadway because I thought the Wichita audience base wasn't going to be familiar enough with, you know, Broadway, and I'm so glad that Rick took a chance and brought it because I think I was wrong.
For me, it's really boils down to just making incredible music with new people. It's been a lot of fun just to make some really cool moments.
I really enjoy discovering the actual lyrical content. They're actually really enjoyable to play to begin with because they're iconic pieces, but then on top of that, they're absolutely hilarious.
Each and every one of them, the people that are doing the roles, have something special that I like about what they do. And they're growing and finding ways to examine a lot of different kinds of characters.
Les Mis is fun. Like, I like doing Les Mis just because I love the show Les Mis. But honestly, we have a little duet and rant, and I love rock and roll. So doing that show...
We do. We get to rock out hard.
Exactly.
So I get to play Harvey Fierstein, I get to play Manny Patinkin, I get to do a Tevye, Spoof and Fiddler on the Roof, which is an absolute blast.
And we do Cheetah Rivera and what's your name? Rita Moreno.
I'm Cheetah Rivera.
I'm Cheetah, you're Rita.
Buy tickets.
Yes,
do
buy
it.
lots of tickets. Invite friends, bring them all.
And sit close to the stage. We promise we won't mess with you.
No, it's a party.
It is a party.
Yeah, and you're invited.
Awesome. I want to let you know that it's been a joy working with people that are willing to explore from the acting and singing standpoint. There's a lot of work to do when you do this, and I've had a pure joy just watching them grow and go, and I actually think that when you're all said and done, you're going to say what fun this is and how entertaining it is. I've loved it.